Travels with Lobo. You are viewing Detroit, America's great comeback city, and Lonely Planet's #2 city destination for 2018. Vlog number 19, Little Caesars Arena and March Madness. Remember, a new vlog is published every Friday. In vlog number 19, I actually get inside Little Caesars Arena, and not only that, I give you my perspective, an outsider from Victoria, British Columbia, on March Madness. A fixture on the Detroit waterfront for 39 years has been that big, ugly white box. That is the Joe Louis Arena, former home of the Detroit Red Wings. The good news is that big white box is about to be demolished this year, opening up the Detroit waterfront for more future development. It's all very close together. Just take a short walk from Hockeytown north along Woodward to Little Caesars Arena, the brand new Little Caesars Arena. There it is. Very exciting aspect of Little Caesars Arena is that the Detroit Pistons moved from the suburbs of Auburn Hills to downtown Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. So basketball, hockey, concert, all in the same building. How is that possible? Well, it takes a conversion crew of about 45 men, 5 to 6 hours, to flip from one event to another. That can't be cheap. Speaking of cheap, I've never gone inside Little Caesars Arena because the price of the tickets are simply too expensive. That changed last week with March Madness, when the public was invited to watch free the practices of the teams. Lobo for the first time ever at LCA, Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Security at the LCA is extremely tight and you can't take in a video camera, so I had to shoot this on my brother's iPhone, hence a little shaky and not as good as my 4K quality camera. As I said, I came here primarily because of March Madness. Now, anybody in the United States would know what March Madness is. So what I'm about to explain here is basically for the World Wide Web, beyond the United States and perhaps Canada. The United States has about 5,300 universities and colleges. Many of them have sports programs, and that creates a huge fan base. The March break from academic study is a time when students head to Florida. It's also a time when the attention is riveted totally on the March Madness event. March Madness is the moniker that's given to the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or NCAA, men's and women's basketball tournaments that will determine the national champions of college basketball. 68 teams are ranked or seeded to create what's known as a bracket or schedule for the tournament. So at this time of year, the national sport is to fill out one of these brackets and to predict which teams are going to move forward to the final championship game on April the 2nd at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. The two teams that meet for that championship game will have won 6 games straight. So that is quite a crystal ball that you need to predict that.
9 wins and 4 losses, coached by Tom Izzo, the Michigan State Spartans. Hey, those are the Spartans. We're in luck.
The cheers that you're hearing is for the start of the practice session of Michigan State University Spartans, a pre-tournament favorite, a bracket winner for President Obama, and also my cousin. As you can see from her bracket, my cousin Peggy, a huge fan of Michigan State University, called for the final to be between Michigan and Michigan State, and for Michigan State to win the final. Just like former President Obama. I mentioned that Peggy is a graduate of Michigan State University, therefore a big supporter of the Spartans. Two big rivals in Michigan, of course, are the University of Michigan Wolverines, located in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and Michigan State University Spartans, located in Lansing, the state capital. So let the fight begin between those two. The rivalry that exists between the Spartans and the Wolverines in Michigan, of course, repeats itself across the United States. So you can imagine the frenzy that March Madness creates. Nowhere else on earth is there a university or college level rivalry such as this. Struck me at this point. Number one was a lack of intensity on the part of the Spartans, but maybe that's typical of a practice. And number two was how small a basketball court is compared to a hockey rink. Remember, the many games of March Madness are spread out over 8 American cities. Detroit only got 4 of those. I was there for practice on Thursday. The games were on Saturday, 2 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. I returned on Sunday to the outside of the arena just to have a look. In the first game, Butler was defeated by Purdue. It was at this point that a hawker made an offer I could easily refuse, a lower-level seat for a mere $200. Thanks, but no thanks. But it was the second game that had the seats full at the arena and people glued to their television, for this one involved Michigan State University against Syracuse. To set the stage, there had been quite a few upsets. The biggest one was a number 16 seed University of Maryland, Baltimore County, defeating number 1 seed Virginia, 74-54. Wow, what a blowaway. Well, I've dropped enough hints to say what I'm about to say, and that is that the Michigan State Spartans lost to Syracuse. Oh no, lost to Syracuse, 55-53. A huge disappointment here in Michigan, but hey, not all is lost, since the University of Michigan Wolverines are still in the Sweet 16. And by the way, if your bracket is broken, and whose isn't at this time, you can start a new one with the Sweet 16. And let's not forget the Women's Basketball Championship, which starts on Friday the 26th. So there's plenty of basketball left. Thank you for joining us on this great day in Detroit, and please come back next Friday for more of this great city. See you then.